Look for your choices, pick the best one, then go with it. Good evening, one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Mega Career Guidance event Avenir 2022 Discover You, hosted by Indian School Barsha under the aegis of Boards of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. The welcome address will be followed by a brief introduction and a video on our eminent speaker. Then, we shall invite the esteemed speaker for his presentation. After the presentation, we shall request our guest speaker to answer a few questions raised by the attendees in the question and answer segment. The continuing session will be taken up by the university spokesperson. The detailing of the courses available and the process of admission will be explained in detail. We shall conclude this session with a vote of thanks. Success is like liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it.
What a fantastic quote to begin the session. Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Avenir 2022, Discover You, a global career guidance program launched by Indian School Bausha under the aegis of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman. On behalf of Indian School Bausha, I'm Meenakshi of Class 9.
And I, Shreya of Class 10.
Take the proud privilege of expressing a profound gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said for the altruistic and noble benevolence showered on the Indian diaspora in the Sultanate of Oman. May the Almighty shower His choicest blessings on His Majesty, and may this nation experience peace and everlasting prosperity.
We are happy to welcome all the students, parents, and teachers for being a part of Avenir 2022 Discover You. Thank you, one and all, for your benign presence here this evening. It is with sheer joy and great pride that I take the task of introducing our speaker today. Dr. Kaunain Shahidi is an educational activist, corporate executive, author, and motivational speaker with a doctorate in business administration based in Sharjah, UAE. He served as the chairman of the managing committee of International Indian School, Buradeh, Saudi Arabia from 2009 to 2014 as part of his mission to make a difference in the world by helping people to achieve clarity of purpose in their lives. Dr. Kaunain is a co-author of the recently published book, Take Two at Life, Real Life Stories of Love, Hope and Joy, and is working on another book, Are You Truly Alive?, to be published by March 2023. As a corporate executive, Dr. Kaunain works as a purchasing manager for one of the largest food and beverage company of GCC. We would like to request the audience to kindly post your queries in the chat box. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me and listen to our speaker, Dr. Kaunain Shahidi, on his topic, Your Choices Matter. The platform is all yours, sir.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi, and thank you so much, Shreya, for wonderful and very kind words. So may God bless you. And I would like to congratulate the team of Avenir and all the school members and the boards associated with this wonderful event. So, as Meenakshi and Shreya explained you, and I like the quotation, by the way, it's all about choices, it's all about liking. And that's what I am going to share with you, my thoughts, my ideas about the choices. Because every morning, as you all get up, we do have what? We do have 24 hours in our hand. And it is up to us. It's our choice what exactly we do with those 24 hours, isn't it? So for next half an hour, I'll be using my slides. to share my thoughts on this topic. And also, I would be asking some little small questions so that we make it a bit interactive. And also, I will keep yourself engaged in this conversation. So, are we ready? Just give me a thumbs up. I can't see the audience, but I assume that we all are ready. Right? Shreya, Meenakshi, are we ready?
Yes, sir. All good to go. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now let me pull my slides, and here you go. So I'm sure you can see my PowerPoint slide, and as it says, the choice is matter. So your choices matter, isn't it? Now, what exactly happens when we talk about choices? At this moment, you all have the choice to be present, completely attentive, if possible, visible. I believe that today's setting is something else, but be available mentally and give attention to these conversations so that you will get the best out of this, right? So these are some of my pictures of previous speaking assignments, which I will not these are some of the other accolades which I have got, and some slides about my engagements with the school as a chairman in the past. So let's skip this. And today we have, as a student, you must be having certain questions in your mind. And what I remember my days of school and colleges, when I was a student, one of the things which I was asking all the time to myself, that what is the meaning of success? What exactly success, and how I'll be more successful? And when I look back in my life's journey, I realize, and this is what I would like to share with you all, that the most important letter in this word success is you. Yes, it is you who can be successful, but please remember, success doesn't come to you. Yes, it doesn't come to you. Then what? You have to go to success by choosing your action, because success is one-way journey. Yes, it's waiting for you somewhere. You have to go there by taking some action. But before that, it's very important to know who exactly you are. Because what I have learned in my life, that if you know something well, if you know something in details, if you know something about which you are supposed to know, then you get more confidence and you can manage that thing or that situation in a better way, isn't it? So it's very important to know who exactly you are, or in other words, who exactly we are. The standard answer could be, we are human beings, isn't it? Or we can say that we are social beings, or some labels whatsoever you want to give. But what I wanted to share with you this evening, my finding is, we are energy beings. Yes, we are energy beings. And why I'm telling you this is based on the scientific evidences. I was a student of science, and by nature, I'm very curious to know what's happening. And if you look into anything, including your body, at the molecular level, you will find this atom. Recent scientific evidences also reflects that. There are further studies going on, but for the sake of understanding, at molecular level, we do have atom, and electron, proton, neutrons, as you all know, is there. So we are basically chunk of energies, and literally everything, each and everything whatsoever you see, you feel, you experience, it's made of these atoms. Everything is energy. Now, if you feel yourself, your body, your emotions, your feelings, your talk, your thoughts, you will feel sort of energy. And it has been proven scientifically. And other thing, as a human being or social being or energy being, my finding is that we all are emotional being because we operate through our emotions. And that's what I would like to share with you all. How can you manage yourself by understanding yourself in a better way? So make it sure that you know that you are an emotional being. And let me ask one question. As a student, what is the most valuable task you do every day as a student or as a human being, as a social being, whatsoever we think we are? Now, the answer to this question is we, as a human being, we have the body and the mind, and the most important thing what we do is basically we think. We think every moment, isn't it? And this thinking, it happens very automatically. We don't realize because we just keep on thinking and a stream of thoughts are there in the back of the mind. But please do remember, it's very important to have the right kind of thinking. Why? Because the thoughts whatsoever we create, or the thoughts whatsoever we generate, or the thoughts whatsoever we think, it starts and then it makes the emotion in our body or the feelings, and then we take some action, behavior, and then if we keep on doing something regularly, it becomes our habit. And one of my coach has mentioned this, that if you have the good habit, you are a lucky person, because we all are the slaves of our habits. Just imagine if we are the slaves of bad, destructive, or negative habits, problem. But if we convert those habits into positive habits and we become slaves of positive habits, we can do miracles. Because ultimately the habits, it turns into the value or your total values, and ultimately to your destiny or whatsoever you want to achieve or whatsoever you want to become. So the origination of thoughts, and as some experts say that thoughts become things. So if you are thinking certain things, it has the power, potential to come into the reality. Also, one of the experts say that each and everything happens in this world twice. Once in our mind, and then second time into the reality in the physical world. So that's what the importance and the criticality of our thoughts I wanted to share with you. And we do have the power to choose our thoughts. Yes. Now, going forward, interestingly, we have the evidences, scientific evidences, that there are impact of our thoughts in our body, self, mind, whatsoever result we are looking for, the relationship whatsoever we have, and even the environment. The scientific researches are available, and it's all science, because as a student of science, I always do some research to understand what's happening. And just to share with you that recent study known as epigenetics, they have found, the scientists, that in our chromosomes, there is a part known as telomeres, which is the end of the chromosomes. It is like a plastic cap if you have the shoes laces. And the purpose of this is basically to protect the chromosomes. And it has been found that whatsoever we do and whatsoever we eat, whatsoever we interact, it has an impact on these telomeres. And even the thoughts have the power to change the telomeres in terms of its length. So the length can be increase or decrease. And these telomeres, if the length gets decreased, there's a problem. And it is because of what you see on the left side of the screen: poor nutrition, childhood abuse, domestic violence, and all such negativity. While it is also proven that the telomeres length can be increased if you have the good nutrition, do proper exercise, have the feeling of happiness, gratitude, positive outlook, and you have the self-love, good feelings, mindfulness, all the positive elements, which we have the power to choose. So it's completely up to us what exactly we choose and how we do impact the chromosomes, the genes, the DNA of our body to get the result whatsoever we want to get it. And it is scientifically proven. Now, let me quickly explain you how exactly we function. Because as a human being, as an energy being, or as a student, for example, how exactly you operate. See, we have the inner world, as you can see on the right side of the screen, internal mechanism of our perception about certain things, our belief systems, our stories, what do we create, our needs, drives, and the mental state, the physiology, etc. And then we do have the external world. We use all the five senses to absorb what's happening in the external world. And then there is a communication between external and internal, and then we do behave in a certain manner. And our behavior basically brings the result whatsoever we behave. So the point what I wanted to emphasize here is our choice, how and what we create internally. External factors are fixed. There are many things not in our control, but internal world is completely in our control. And when we control internal world, behave in a certain manner, we can get the result whatsoever we want to get the results. Now, moving forward, again, another scientific evidences is being done in the pharmaceutical and medicine industry. The patients are given the fake pills, sugar-coated pills without any real medicine. And they are told that if you consume, you will be all right because this is a medicine. So patients, they feel, they believe that it is a medicine, though it is a fake. But because of the positive thoughts, because of the feeling, because of the impression that, yes, it is a medicine, I'll be all right, there are evidences that almost 40 to 50% the patients, they get all right. But also there is a proof that there is impact of negative thoughts. If you think negatively, consistently, that something wrong will happen, I am not good enough, or something bad is there, then this also had negative outcome, adverse effects. So be careful about the thoughts, what do we create, and choose your thoughts very, very carefully. That's the point I wanted to highlight. Now, every thought we think is creating our future, every thought. So choose carefully. Every morning when you get up, start your day in such a way that you have the positive affirmation, and throughout the day, you keep on curating the positive thoughts and protect yourself from negativity of self and others as well, because we get impacted because of the negativity of others also. So be careful about your thoughts. Now, I'll tell you how you can do that. Now, for a few seconds, close your eyes. If you are listening this and watching this presentation, for a few seconds, close your eyes and think about anything which you don't like to do. I'll give you 10 seconds. Meanwhile, I'll drink water. Now open your eyes, and whatsoever thoughts are there, let me tell you, you might be thinking you can't do something or you don't like something because it is difficult, not possible to do, very hard, I can't all such stuffs. But let me tell you, friends, these are not facts. It's just an opinion right now. Just now, if you have closed your eyes and started thinking, you have created this thought. Nobody else. It is your creation. And this is what is the challenge with all of us. We have the power to create, but sometimes, like most of the time, we don't create positive thoughts. So whatsoever you think you can't do, somebody else must have done it, or somebody else can do it. So if someone else can do, you can also do. It's just a matter of thinking and changing the thoughts that I can. And your choice of this thought and this belief, then you will definitely, you can do it. Now, let me explain you. We all have this problem of having errors in thinking. We are not perfect, and nobody teaches us how to think. Yes, we do are being educated to get more scores in the examination through our memorization, but we have to also know, understand what are the errors we can do when we are engaged in the most important activity as a student or as a human being or energy being is thinking. Then what are the errors we can do? Now, some of the errors which we normally do, again, it is found by the scientists that catastrophizing. We have the habit to tell that, oh, this is the worst day of my life. I just can't do anything, all such emotions. Then we have the double standards. We think something is good for me, okay for me, but not okay for someone. That's what how we start thinking. Also, we have the habit of reading mind of someone without knowing the details and the facts. We just say that, yes, I know what he or she is thinking. We also have all or nothing kind of thinking error. We judge people based on their behavior, and if an act which is done and we don't like, we label them that everything is bad about the person. And then we judge the people based on the behavior whatsoever they have. And also we have most of the time unrealistic expectation, like it should not happen, or it must be like this. Nobody should get angry and everyone should do like this. All such unrealistic expectations. And also we do overgeneralize something. If something had happened, and then we consider that thing across the board true for each and everything. Also, we personalize. If something has happened, we assume that it is happening to me, and then it's a problem. Also, we have the reward fallacy, because I don't deserve this. If something is happening, no, I am good. It should not happen to me. And the most common is blaming. So look into this. I'm sure some of these errors you might pick up, and there is a corrective action plan. You have to be alert, careful, and make a note somewhere, or if you have mobile or wherever you want. And if you are getting these kind of thoughts, just tell yourself that I can make correction and change with some positive, constructive thoughts. Just to give you an example, how we can change. For example, you are getting a thought that I have never done this before. Anything while you are studying something, or you are interacting, or getting some new ideas or some new situation, your brain will say that I have never done this, so I can't do this kind of thought, which is negative, and there's an error in that. You can change your thought that it is an opportunity to learn something new. Similarly, if it is too complicated, you can say, I will tackle it from a different angle. I don't have the resources. What else is possible? Change your thoughts. I'm too lazy to get this done. Change it to I can. Re-examine some priorities of my life. How can I do it? There's no way it will work. Change. I can try to make it work. I am never going to use this spelling error. This will improve my skills. This is boring and plain. This can be fun to learn. I'm not going to get any better, change to I will give another try. I will not give up and I'll get only 60 out of 80 marks. Some students have this, I can't get more. Change your thoughts that you can score more. So what I wanted to emphasize here is that thoughts would be coming, but you have the power and you can choose to change that thought into something else, something better, something more powerful. And you have the power to do that. Now, moving forward, when your inner world is in complete order by your choices, your outer world will be as you want to be. So whatsoever you want to become, whatsoever you want to achieve, whatsoever you want to have the desires would be possible only when this is in complete order with the right choices. Because whatsoever we choose, we create something. So choices create. It depends on us. What do we choose? Whatsoever we choose, it will have its own consequences, whether it is positive or negative. So why not to choose something good? So moving forward, let me ask you one question. You all want to become successful as a student, but what is the most important word or what is the most important thing will make you successful? Think about this, couple of seconds. I'll drink water. Now, some words must be coming into your mind, like I have just put it on something here, like consistency, determination, energy, patience, But my observation, my finding is the most important word which will make you as a student successful is your self-discipline. Yes, self-discipline. What exactly is this? You must be knowing. If not, I'll just quickly explain. Self-disciplining is nothing but it's your awareness of your thoughts and the mastery over your thoughts. Because if you as a student cannot manage what you think, you cannot manage what you do and what you get. Because it's ultimately everything starts with the thought and then into action. So if you want to be really self-disciplined, or if you are self-disciplined, I am sure you can manage your thoughts very smartly. And that's what will make you successful. And that's what would have made you successful as of today. Now, what I would like to recommend to you to choose to have a well-planned daily routine. What exactly you have planned to achieve, not only to-do list, but what is the plan to achieve today? And keep asking yourself after every half an hour or 1 hour that why I am doing this or why I am doing what I am doing. You must be doing a series of activity, but keep on asking that why I am doing what I am doing. And if this, your action in a specific moment completely aligns with your goal or purpose as a student, then it is good. If not, check your thoughts and choose the right thought and right action. You can also do your prayers regularly 5 times. If not, if you're doing meditation or any other activities, so you can keep your mind in a better situation by doing some mental exercise. Because ultimately, we eat food for our body, but our mind also needs some food. So think how you can make it more smarter, more sharper. Prayers and meditations are well proven as of today. So do that. And also you can discuss with the parents and the teachers to find what are the other exercises you can do to improve your concentration or your attention of your mind. And I would also recommend make it sure a list not only what to do, what not to do, because most of the time, because of the negative thoughts, we waste our time in doing certain activities which we are not supposed to do, or which is not going to help as a student in any ways. So make it sure that you know that these are the unproductive tasks and don't choose them. Choose only those tasks which will make you happy as an individual and will progress you in your studies. So go for that. Keep on taking action, because if you have the positive thoughts combined with your committed massive action every day, you will get the success, because there's no other formula. Your positive thoughts, massive action results in success. And as you can see, action changes things. If you keep on taking action, you will keep on changing the things, but something will stop you. Or if you have the positive thoughts, you have decided to take action, who can stop you? Something still can stop you. And it is you who will stop yourself. Sometime, as I explained you, it is your thoughts definitely will stop you. It's your feelings you stop you, your behaviors in certain ways, your habits, your friends might stop you, your attitude, your electronic gadgets, your mobile. There are many distractions will stop you and lead you towards something unproductive. So you have to choose smartly, carefully, that what exactly is my purpose and align with that to move forward. But ultimately, I will emphasize again the lack of self-discipline, which basically the series of habits. You have the knowledge, but if you are sitting comfortably without taking any action because of some destructive bad habits and no discipline, you will not get the results. So you have to choose smartly your habits. And if you have certain negative habits, discuss with your parents, discuss with the teachers, discuss with your counselors. They will help you to get rid of those habits. You can also interact with me one-to-one. I can help you, but make it sure that you have the proper planned day with complete self-discipline. I don't say that you only study, study, study. No, fix a time for each and everything. Make your time in such a way that you get the time for relaxation, for some outdoor activities, spending time with your friends, also doing something which you feel relaxed, fun time, entertainment in a balanced way. But don't make yourself in such a way that you lose your time and you don't get any productive result. So check your habits. And if you have any negative habits, destroy them, convert into the positive habits. And let me give you a very simple example and solution of being self-disciplined. It's very easy. And self-discipline is giving yourself whatsoever your name and command you and then follow you yourself with an action. So if Shreya is there, Shreya can say that, Shreya, I command you to do this time, and then follow up whether you have done this or not. So consider yourself as a being, and then consider yourself as a master of that being, and give instruction, command, and get the things done. You will feel that you are getting more self-discipline. Now, as you know that, let me ask this question. How many minutes are there in a day? I'm sure you all must be knowing. It is 1440. And each and every minute, and if you deep dive, each and every second is important. So it depends what do we choose to do in those moments. And keep on asking yourself that why I am doing what I am doing in this moment. And if it gives you a proper satisfactory result based on your purpose of your life, of your goals, whatsoever you want to become, then choose that. Now, time is not money. Time is more than money, because once time is gone, you can't get it back. Money, if you lost, you can earn. And some experts say that time is life. So time mastery is life mastery. And time mastery can be done through your thought mastery. So you have the power to choose your thoughts to manage your time, and then you can manage your life and get whatsoever you want to get. So choose smartly, choose carefully. And this is the acronym I would like to share with you about success. See your target. What do you want to become? choose it carefully, understand the challenges, obstacles, barriers, whatsoever would be coming in the way, and choose all the positive thoughts with the affirmation that you can do it. Because if someone else can do, you can also do. And clear the negative thoughts, clear all the potential problems, discuss with your parents, teachers. There'll be many people who will be ready to support you, help you. And then if obstacles are there, check what exactly those obstacles, what are the solutions. You will find the solutions and be on the track, stay on track, keep on taking action every day, little by little by little, and show the world that you can do. Yes, you have the potential. It's just a matter of choosing what you want to do. Now, there are 6 effective strategies which I would like to share with you. That be aware of your thoughts every moment. Accept that if negative thoughts are coming, it's not reality. You can convert, you can find the better way. And if it's disturbing you, then just say, shut up. Yes, mind is your master, and we all own our mind. We are not mind, we own our mind, and we can manage our mind. If your mind is consistently creating some thoughts which are disturbing, tell to shut up and choose something good. Also, some experts say that use rubber band trick. Use rubber band. Some negativity is coming, you are feeling lazy, you don't want to get up, just use rubber band and remind yourself. Give some pain, because our mind works either with reward or punishment. So give little punishment to be alert, active, and know your triggers. What exactly are the triggers which makes you either lazy, lethargic, or what are the triggers which make you happy, excited, and convert into the positive thoughts, positive triggers, and take action and distract yourself from negativity and put your attention in the positive aspects of the life. And also I have given this acronym of discover, because the event is for the discover you. So for the discover, have the dedication, have complete clear intention, be sincere, have clarity, keep on finding the opportunity, and value yourself, your time, the resources. It's a wonderful event the schools have organized. So find what are the best in that, utilize, interact with people, and make it sure that you always be enthusiastic, because enthusiasm is something which keeps away the negativity. And repeat the task, the good habit, every moment, every day. That's how you can achieve whatsoever you want to achieve. Because whenever we want to create outside, must be first created in your mind. So if you can create, you can imagine, you can visualize you as a being somewhere after 5-10 years, you will start working, and then you can achieve that. And also it will start with self. So remember this acronym, find your strength. As other day I was talking to my daughter, Maisha, that you can't teach fish to climb on the tree. Fish, I think it was quote from Einstein, fish has its own characteristics, its own attributes, but it can't climb on the tree. So know your strength, what exactly you are best in. Discuss with the teacher, parents, counselor, do some personality assessment tests, etc. Find your strength and make it sure that you feel good. Whatsoever you want to become, whatsoever you are choosing as in a career, you should love it. You should have the passion to do that and face the challenges. You will be the winner, because if someone else can do, you can also do. It's just a matter of choosing the right thing. And if you can choose the right thing, nobody can stop you. And this is what is all about, achieving goals. Whatsoever small or big goals are, it is very much possible to achieve. So look into your choices, whether you want to go into the science stream or commerce or media, whatsoever it is. Explore the options and check what exactly you really like, what exactly you love, what you feel that it is good for you. You feel happy, you feel lighter. And then also think whether you are confident in doing those activities or not. If you feel confident about self, if you feel confident about the system, if you feel confident about the resources, if you feel confident about the education institution, etc., but start with self, feel confident, and what exactly you do. Action matters. So your strength, your everyday ritual, your practices, you can achieve whatsoever you want to achieve the goals. So have the complete congruence from within and outside, alignment with the synergy, with the focus and coherence and inside out approach. I can take another session for goal settings, etc. But my point here is that you have the power to achieve whatsoever you want to achieve. Just a matter of choosing the right thoughts. And yes, you have the power. If you can see in this 5 lamps, you can be the one lamp to create the light. And also quickly, I will take you through some of the important scientifically proven study plan. I believe we have some time. So make it sure you choose your study plan very smartly, which is scientifically proven, very good for students. The very first one is that studying into session. I remember I had a bad habit of studying at the last moment and studying for 3 hours consistently sitting and so the experts say that you study in session 25 to 30 minutes or whatsoever is your capacity to absorb, and then give a break, give 5-10 minutes break, study for 30 minutes or give 5 minutes break, recharge yourself, come back so that you get the right focus. And then designated study area in your home. It should be a proper place, well organized. Don't study on bed. You will definitely tempted to sleep. So check your study area, your place, everything is organized. You feel like studying. And then study actively. So just reading blankly the textbook 3 hours is not a study. You have to actively participate, make flashcards, notes, and also experts say that get emotionally connect with the subjects. What exactly is the concept, and do something so that you remember the concepts very easily. And also teach others. Experts say that we learn in the best way by teaching others, which is the active method of learning, while just listening lecture or reading or auto visual or the passive. So use, now I tell my daughters that whenever you are studying something, study the concept and either tell each other, if nobody is there, just take empty chair and explain the chair that you have studied this. This will help you to remember whatsoever you have studied. Also use mnemonics to remember certain things. Like this is very common. My very educated mother just served us nachos to remember the name of the planets. So similarly, you can create your own mnemonics and you can remember the things easily. And also, this is the method, SQ3R method you can use by doing a proper survey what you are studying, asking questions, what exactly is that, and then reading and rereading and reciting and then reviewing. So this is another method which will help you to deep dive more in your subject or your concept, and it will be definitely helpful. And also, I have noticed that I'm a morning guy. Some could be early birds, and whatsoever method you do feel that is good for you, adopt, but be regular in that. And my request to you that choose to sleep well, because the mind works best when it is in the relaxed way. And also make it sure that whenever you have the examination, you develop a sleep pattern and your mind should be alert, active on the examination day as in the other days. So your mind doesn't get confused that what's happening today. So if you have a practice of getting up early morning, it's very good because most of the examinations are in the morning. So make it sure you don't give surprises to your mind. And that's all. Choices are definitely yours and you have the power to choose. And the last but not the least, I would like to emphasize that ultimately thoughts matter because it creates emotions and emotions create action, and which becomes your habits and your values and ultimately your destiny, your whatsoever you want to achieve, whatsoever you want to become. The seeds are there in your thoughts. So choose carefully, choose smartly, and it's completely in your choice. Discuss with your parents, teachers, experts, anyone. You can contact me also. I am normally to support students free of cost, and I'll be more than happy to help you if you have any specific problem of developing new habits or having the procrastination, that is a very common word you use, or addiction if you have with the gadgets, etc. So I'll be more than happy to help you guys. So thank you so much for your attention, listening in. I believe that I added some value to your life, and thank you so much. And this, let me request back to you, Meenakshi or Shreya or the moderator. I'm done. Thank you so much.
That was an extraordinary and inspiring session by you, sir. Your creative and informative session enlightened us and kept each one of us engaged. Now, we would like to request our speaker, Dr. Kaunain Shahidi, to kindly answer a few queries put forth by the audience. For this, may I now invite the moderator of the session to pose some questions from the audience to you. Over to you, ma'am.
So, good evening. Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening and thought-provoking session. It was indeed a great journey. So, there are a few questions which I would like to put forward. The first one, so what is your advice on having positive thought even in the most stressful situation?
Thank you. Well, I do recommend to have affirmations every morning as soon as you get up. I can send you the list of affirmations. And before you go to the bed, normally we believe that when we sleep, our mind doesn't work. It's not true. The scientists say that even though we sleep, mind is keep on working. So I recommend to have affirmations every morning and every night before you go to the bed. Now, it happens very normal that we face a situation and some thoughts are there in our mind and we get some sensation in the body and we become stressful. It's very normal. But with the practice of telling your mind with the positive thoughts of affirmation, you can get rid of that. It might not happen in a day, but at least 21 days or 30 days with the practice. So normally when we say we are stressful or a stressful situation, in that moment some thoughts come and we feel some sensation in the body with some sort of fear that something wrong might happen. That's the most damaging thoughts and sensation. So when it is a stress, basically our mind say that something wrong might happen, something painful will happen, and then we become stressful. So in that moment, we have to tell our mind that we don't know what's going to happen. So why shall I expect something wrong will happen? So change your thought that something good might also happen. So with the practice, I believe you can manage the stressful situation if you have. Keep on reminding yourself that in future, which we don't see, it's all illusion. Something good might also happen. Every time wrong doesn't happen. So that way you can manage that specific situation. I believe it answers the question, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So, how to make a difficult decision easier?
Difficult decisions easier. It's all about, first thing, to remove the word difficult. So choose your words carefully. When you say difficult, it might not be difficult, but we are telling it's difficult. So make it sure you do some research to understand what exactly are the action I am supposed to do at this moment and what exactly the results I am expected to get it. And if you have that ability, if you have the talent, if you have the knowledge, and if you take action, you will get the results. Now, if you don't have the knowledge or skills, You can acquire it, or you can ask the experts to help you, or someone, your parents or the teacher or some seniors. So it's just a matter of having the knowledge of managing the situation and then taking right action either by self or others. So nothing is difficult. We label it as a difficult. So I request you, don't use these kind of words, difficult or problem or something. Just say that it is the situation right now, not in my favor, but with the right choices of thoughts and action, I can make it possible in my favor. So this is what I can say at this moment, ma'am.
So one more question has popped up. How can we balance academic and personal lives and manage the stress of both?
Well, actually, it's our only one life. It's not personal life or work life. I consider we have the one life and we have to have the consistency in that life. So how exactly we be in a specific moment in both lives, if we say it is two lives? It's not two lives, it's only one. We are one. We have one body, one mind. Now it depends how do we manage our thoughts, our body and mind in a specific place. If we are at home, we call it personal life, then we have to manage the mind and the body in the same way. If we are in the professional life or school, college, wherever, it's the same mind, same body. So situation could be different, but we have to ensure every moment we have to generate the positive thoughts, not imagining something wrong will happen, not becoming fearful of the outcome. And let me share, you might have heard the fear, full form of fear is false evidence appears real, FEAR. Everything is false, it's illusion. What our minds say that it is real. And then we get fearful, which we have not seen. And the other definition of fear is face everything and rise. So face the situation, accept the reality, do research, understand what is the best thing I can do at this moment, take action. Future uncertainty is our illusion. Our mind say that you are going to go the pain, and then we become fearful. So it's only one life, one body, one mind. Manage smartly, irrespective of the place wherever you are. That's what my recommendation, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable answers. I'm sure our students have benefited a lot from your speech. Thank you, sir. Over to the comparers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for all your support and guidance given to the large audience by attending to their concerns so patiently during the course of the discussion.
We request the participants to kindly fill in the feedback form posted on the chat window.
Okay, Binakshi, Shreya, well job done. Thank you so much. I now say goodbye to you all. Take care, stay safe, stay blessed, and hopefully we'll meet sometime in Oman. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Avenir is a global career guidance event to empower students and assist them in identifying their ideal future career path. It was conceptualized by the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Sultanate of Oman. The first Avenir was organized at Indian School Al Mabala in the year 2018. In 2019, Indian School El Seeb conducted the program. Indian School Muscat conducted the first virtual Avenir in the year 2020. Avenir 2021 was conducted virtually by Indian School Al Wadi Al Kabir. In 2022, the flagship school in Oman. Indian School Bosher is all set to fly the flag higher by conducting Avenir 2022 in hybrid mode. Our impeccable planning, devoted team, unmatched resources guarantee a memorable event. The 5-day event will be held from Thursday, October 13, 2022 to Tuesday, October 18, 2022. Prominent achievers, educators, and industry experts will address the audience. Universities and educational institutes from different corners of the globe will present themselves to the audience of Avenir 2022. The event is open to all educational boards, including CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB. It will provide comprehensive career guidance to students to pursue their passions at national and international universities. Avenir 2022 guarantees a wealth of information and awareness on 21st century courses, scholarships, internships, and career placements. This event will assist students in discovering their ideal future career path. Let us gather together for this 5 days of excitement, effulgence, enlightenment, exploration, and exaltation. Let's join Avenir 2022 to discover you.
Us to move on to the second part of the session, the time to meet the university spokesperson, Mr. Ashok Rajaram, a chartered accountant, ACA, and cost and management accountant, CMA, with 30 plus years of global experience in finance and accounting, strategy, mergers and acquisitions, IT ERP solutioning, and implementation. His industry experience span across manufacturing, IT, ITES, outsourcing, retail, financial services, and hospitality. Currently, taken a lead role as a director and academician at Grey Matter Academics, a professional and corporate academic institution offering multiple finance professional courses through scientifically designed methodologies that are on par with global standards which cater to the niche category of international certification.
At Grey Matter Academics, we offer various finance professional courses and through various integrated programs where we have a 5-year and 3-year programs, besides offering certain optional professional examinations from various institutes such as CAA, CPA and CISA.
We have always stuck to a principle that the student to the tutor ratio should be in the range of 1:50.
Since GMA is highly selective with their entry of students, the batch size is also very limited, and this ensures personal care and attention provided to each student.
Grey Matter Academy is one of the academies in Chennai where they take care of every student. There's an individual attention is paid for the student as well as for the entire curricular activity which is being done here. They're taking the responsibility of the students.
The way tagline says, every student matters to the academy and every moment in GMA really counts for the student.
Over to you, sir.
All right. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me into the session. And before we move on, I first would like to convey my sincere thanks to the Indian School Bosher and their board of directors, the management team, and also the organizing committee of Avenir 22 for creating such a wonderful platform, Avenir 22 Discover You, for all the young talents who wanted to establish themselves and to be successful in future. So with that thanking note, I would want to, share my screen, and I would want to set the context for today's session as well. Actually, it has two broad components. The first one I would want to, mention it as more of an information sharing, particularly for students who are intending to pursue their career in the commerce stream of education. And the later part, maybe I would share more about we as Greymet academics, how do we play a role in shaping up, and building talents of these young, dynamic personalities who are just out from the school education, and making them, transform them into a real professional, and make them more, employable, in the days to come, and to achieve success more seamlessly. I think that is that is the two major scope that I would be kind of covering up in today's session. And post that, we may have a question answer time as well. So if there are any questions that you may want it to be taken up. So I'll just share my, a presentation at the moment. Okay, hope you're able to, see it as well. Okay, so as I said, the first part, which will be more of a presentation on information that we want to provide for students on various listed professional courses. The options that are available for commerce students on today's environment is plenty. I would say probably is the highest as compared to any time before, and they have plenty of options. And today we are going to talk about, I'm going to list down only few of those professional courses which probably are listed down here from its popularity, and also from the recognition that it gets amongst the professional fraternity, and more so from the financial security that it can bring, and the social status, and more importantly, the contribution that this professionals would bring up to any corporate or into any society, and the kind of responsibility that they would own up from a social perspective, and also from a legal and statutory perspective as well. So keeping all these parameters in mind, and we just kind of listed down few of the professional courses, and I would want to make a disclaimer here that it is not an exhaustive list. So these are purely from our perspective. We think the commerce students must consider before they choosing up any other courses. So with that caveat, I just would want to kind of list down and talk about the most important and more popular courses that are prevailing in from the Indian institutes. Okay, so these courses that are appearing on your screen are from the institute, which are based out of India, and they are all established for more than 70 plus years in India. And amongst these three courses, that CA, which means Chartered Accountancy, and CMA is Cost and Management Accounting, and ACS is actually the Company Secretaryship. These are very premier and more sought after courses for all the commerce students across the globe, and they would want to kind of if they want to establish themselves and pursue their career in any of these lines. All these three professional courses focuses and specializes on three different aspects. As you all might be aware, the Chartered Accountancy primarily brings up and focus and attention on to accounting, auditing, taxation, and law. And these are the broad four aspects that the Chartered Accountancy focus. And Cost and Management Accounting, it primarily speaks more about, focuses on the cost and the management MIS and reporting perspective. And of course, Company Secretaryship is more to do with the various statutes that the corporate bodies would go through, and more so focused around company law aspect, where any corporate would have to comply with. So these are the broad focus of these courses. But however, amongst these three, Indian Chartered Accountancy is actually more popular in a global environment. and it gains a lot of visibility and credibility, and of course with a lot more responsibility as well. And in terms of the establishment of all these three institutes, as you all might know, that they come under the direct the control of the Parliament. They are established through an Act of Parliament, and it is being governed by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs for all various purposes. So in terms of the format and structure of these courses, almost all these three courses would follow a similar format, that it all have three levels of education. One is the entry level, which is the foundation, which comprises of 4 papers, and then comes the intermediate level, which comprises of 8 papers divided into 2 groups. And post intermediate, you would be expected to undergo a training, which is called as an internship, with a qualified practicing professional for about 3 years in the case of chartered accountancy, before appearing for the final examinations. And a different term for going this internship for the other 2 professional courses as well. Once you complete the internship, then you are eligible to appear for the final examination, which again comprises of 8 papers divided into 2 groups. So in overall, you might end up having to clear close to 20 papers, which is subjects, or rather, examinations that you would go through to become a certified professional of any of these 3, disciplines. And this at any point of time would take about 4 to 4.5 years for a student after having completed the 12th grade. So there is another entry route to register yourself for all these courses, would be after your graduation as well, which is called as direct entry, where you may be waived off with the foundation level, which is 4 papers. Instead, you might end up registering yourself directly into the course and start your internship, and also eligible to appear for the intermediate and then move on with your final level as well. But the duration after graduation might be little extended, because after your 12th grade, you finish your graduation, which will take about 3 years, and then post which, if you enroll for any of these courses, might take additionally another 3 years, which will in total make it up to 6 years. But as compared to the foundation route after the 12th grade, you may end up completing those courses in 4.5 to 5 years time as well, actually. So thereby you end up saving some time, and primarily focusing on these professional education right after 12th grade. So that is the course that I would say is available from the Indian Institute. And the next one which we will be speaking about is more on the popular professional courses available from the UK, United Kingdom. And of course, though the institute is operating from UK, but you could technically take these trainings and appearing for these examinations worldwide. Today's environment, you have examination centers across the globe, and you would be in a position to get trained and appear for examinations from wherever you are located. So ACCA is actually Association of Certified Chartered Accountants, which I would say in similar line with the Chartered Accountancy of India, but ACCA obviously is more relevant and covering the topics which are prevalent from the UK perspective. And of course, CIMA, which is CIMA, is more of the cost and management accounting, from UK. So both these professional certifications are awarded from the institutes which are located in the UK. So ACCA as a course, has totally about 13 papers, and you are eligible to appear and take up these 13 papers right after your 12th grade as well. And these 13 papers are divided into 3 broad levels, I would say. One is knowledge level papers. There are 3 papers called as knowledge, and there are about 6 level of papers that you would be doing it, which are called as skills. And the final 4 papers, is called as professionals. So once you complete these, once you complete all these 13 papers, then you are a certified, ACCA. And if you wish to practice, using this certification, then you would be expected to complete 3 more years of practical experience, which is sort of an internship, or any work that you pursue will be counted as an experience, and post which you will be allowed and you'll be eligible to apply for certificate to practice as well. And you can practice technically in any part of the world. And these two courses are globally recognized. It's recognized in about 170 plus countries. Hence, you have plenty of opportunity to look for employment or a profession across typically in any part of the world. And SEMA, as I said, it is a Chartered Institute of Management Accounting from UK as well. But again, this course primarily focuses on strategic business skills for students, and also the management skills. So those are the areas that this particular course heavily focuses on. And again, these courses also something students can look at doing it after 12th grade. But it consists of 4 levels, totally 13 papers. And the 4 levels are called certificate level, operational level, management level, and strategic level. And each has 4, 3, and 3 papers. That's how it is divided into. So it primarily speaks about business accounting, management accounting, and at an advanced level, and also more about the strategies that somebody would have to bring up, and developing their strategic skill sets. And that is the primary focuses of this course. And these two are more popular, across the globe as well, and has recognitions around the world. And the third one, which I'm listing down, are all from the US. The courses are called as CMA, which is again cost and management accounting, and CPA. CMA from US is called Certified Management Accounting, and CPA is actually Certified Public Accounting, and CFA is actually the Chartered Financial Analysis course. All these 3 courses, professional courses, are from US, and these are again globally recognized courses as well. That somebody can look into. And of course, the the CMA from US, it is actually you would possibly be able to register yourself after 12th grade while you're doing graduation as well. It's relatively a simpler one. It has only 2 parts that you need to kind of clear these exams, and it primarily talks about financial planning, performance and analysis, and also the strategic financial management. Those are the 2 broad areas that CMA from US covers. This is something that someone can look at doing it along the graduation time itself. However, the other 2 courses, CPA and CFA, is something that you would not be able to take it up directly right after your 12th grade, but you may end up having to complete nearly about 16 years of education. Only then, you'll be eligible to enroll and take up these courses. CPA, which is probably one of the oldest institute, like it is 100 plus year old, and it has closely about 400,000 members from this institute, which is an American institute for certified public accounting. And again, this course primarily speaks and focuses more around the taxation and the accounting knowledge, of US, which again, primarily the taxation would be more governed in the US, and the accounting knowledge, which is more of the IFRS and the international accounting standards that and the US GAAP. It speaks more about the US accounting and taxation knowledge. But of course, nevertheless, this course is even widely recognized across globe as well. CFA is primarily suited for such students, who has an aspiration to establish themselves in the banking, financial services segment, as this course is very directly focusing around the global financial management, investment management, financial reporting, portfolio management, and those sort of area. So it is very specifically targeting, its domain to establish in the banking and financial services sector. This also has 3 levels, and the level 1 will have something called topics. It's around 10 topics, and level 2 has 10 topics, and this is how the courses are being done. All these courses will take anywhere ranging between 2 to 4 years of time frame, depending on the adaptability of the student and their ability to cope with preparing themselves for these examinations. And the 4th one, that is more of actuarial science. This is why I've kept it separately, is because this is a very unique course, unlike other professional courses. And this is also from India. The Indian Institute of Actuarial Sciences is the one which is certifying professionals coming under the stream. And before that, I just would want to mention what is this actuarial science means. It is a mathematical and a statistical approach to evaluate a risk and also analyze the financial consequences of a business risk. So, so this course, more specifically suited for insurance, sector, or the finance companies. So so it is actually, in my opinion, one of the most challenging or a difficult course to pursue. But however, it has the highest kind of recognition, more in terms of monetary package, and also from a recognition within the corporate level as well, actually. So one of very unique and specialized course, people can look at it. And this also has a very similar format, like the 4 levels that you need to kind of go through, nearly about 16 papers that you would end up having to complete it, which is divided into core, technical, core application, and specialized technical and specialized applications, where you'll have to do different type of papers, 9 plus 3 plus 9, and then you would end up having to complete these papers in order to gain that certification from Institute of Actuarial Sciences. Very interesting course, but it is same time very challenging course as well, actually. All these I'm just have spoken are all more around the finance and accounting and financial services, sort of a professional courses, where these are very widely followed and sought after courses across the globe. As I said, listed down from India, UK, and also from the US side. And I'm just going to slightly deviate from non-finance related. Is also an option for commerce stream students, where they can look at it. As I said, integrated law is something that students from the commerce stream can really look at it if they have real interest towards pursuing law. Again, this law after 12th grade is something you can look at it. Getting into any international universities by taking up the entrance exams such as LSAT, which is law school admission test, and also if anyone is interested and keenly wanting to pursue these courses in India, then you may end up having to take up the CLAT, which is the common law admission test. But you might have to, the eligibility criteria are pretty low, like you have to be scoring more than 40-45% in the 12th grade, and then you would end up having to clear these two, either of these two kind of entrance examinations. So all these courses that I have listed down here are all the professional courses, keeping in mind all the commerce stream students must look at taking up their academic career at par with other professional courses like science or medicine, where they end up spending nearly 4 to 5 years of time frame. So you also should take up nearly 4 to 5 years of time frame to become a complete and a thorough professional. And I do not want or wish any of the commerce stream students to stop their academics in 3 years time frame of doing a graduation or any other sort. You should also give yourself time, unlike the other the professional courses. Take that 4 to 5 years of time frame to strengthen your fundamentals and foundations, and get some professionally certified status, and then build up your career. So that is my wish, and hence I've listed down only all these professional courses. And I'm not going to really talk about any of these undergrad courses. There are plenty of universities do offer that. Hence I've limited with all these 5 years, 4 to 5 years of average stream and duration, and picked up those courses which can definitely take you to the next level. In continuation to this, I'm also just taking up probably more widely known course, is actually taking up a graduation of either BCom or a BSc or a BBA or a BA, whatever, and then you can follow it up with a PG course, a master's degree in the business administration. This has been the conventional route where most of the commerce students who went into that route when they do not want to take up any of the course that I shared in the previous slide. But to get into these, you need to really focus and look into such very premier institutes. Like, say, if you're looking at taking up this route in India, then some of the premier institutes like IIM, ISBs, then you might have to take up their respective entrance examinations. Like, you might end up having to take up CAT, or other institutes and universities have their own entrance examinations. Like Xavier Institute has its own, and the ISBs have their own entrance format. which is called ICFAI. So you might end up having to take up, these kind of various different examinations. But once you get through, then you'll be into one of those premier institutes. And also, once you take up these masters in business admin, then you might get into any of these specializations which are more popular, and there are more plenty that have evolved over the years as well. So this is another option that if someone is wanting to build themselves into a business management category and profile, then you could look at these courses. But always please make sure that you enter into the most premier institutes, hence you get a recognition and a brand value for the institutions that you come out with. And the one which I've listed down now, integrated program and management, is a very recent phenomena. In over last 10 years, this kind of course was introduced, and introduced firstly in IIM Indo, and there are a couple of more institutes who come under this umbrella. But this is an interesting course. Right after 12th, you might have to end up appearing for an entrance examination called IPMAT. So it is an admission test that you would end up having to appear for, conducted by this specific indoor university, IIM. And this is a 15 term examinations over a 5-year period. The initial 3 years, you would have to initial 3 years, you would you would be kind of looking at it, doing the undergrad, and possibly the the next 2 years will be your regular specialized course that you would have to kind of take up from the business administration perspective, which is a normal MBA that you would be doing it along. But this is something that the students can definitely look at it, which has gained more and more more recognition of recent times. And I also would want to bring up people can look at it pursuing economics as their specialized area, where you could do your graduations and do your masters. And similarly, if someone is interested, you could pursue the graduation. And I'm talking about the civil services more from an India perspective, where there is an examination that is conducted every year in the month of August, and where technically you could pick up any of these examinations by clearing yourself through the UPSC, that is the Union Public Service Commission exams, and get into one of those very, very respectable positions in the government and department, and you could look at serve for the government and the country and the society as well. So these are something could be a good options for students to look at who has the passion. And of course, journalism and communication that I've listed down is because these are more evolving and recently coming up kind of courses. So with this, that I'm just kind of brought up more prominent and more important professional course options that a student can look at, both from international as well as from an Indian environment perspective, where they can grow themselves and build their career from different industries across. So beyond this, I'm just going to give you a perspective of what kind of various industries that someone can look at it. Once you complete any of these professional courses, as you can see, it technically covers almost all the industry, like BFSIs, banking, financial services, manufacturing, retail, technology, media, life sciences. So there are plenty of industries that a finance professional can take a role, take an active role, and play a very, very vital position, and also contribute to the corporates in turning it around, and establish himself as a very key personnel in any organization. And the various roles that someone would take up in any organization, this will give you an idea what kind of a role that someone would get into post any of these finance qualifications. Is finance, audit and assurance, taxation or consulting and technology are the functions that you can look into. And the conventional role for any finance professional started off with an accountant or a finance manager, and then controller, and becomes a chief accounting officer, or chief financial officer. So just hello. I'm sorry for the interruption, actually. So, there are other evolving roles that which are more interesting for the finance professionals. Is something like you can take up is in the business finance side, risk and advisory, and more consultative roles as technical experts as well. These are some of the roles which are very, very, very interesting profiles that someone can look at it besides the typical and conventional roles. So with this, I'm just leaving, my thought for you all to ponder over and take up a very, very crucial decision at this juncture. All I would request is you people to be open enough and keep all those options made possible and available to you, and pick up something which is very closer to your heart and which you are really passionate about, because all these courses or any of these professional courses are not going to be easy, it needs really a sustained and consistent hard work from your side. So please make up your mind and take up those challenges, and I want everyone to become a thorough professional once you take up any of these courses. So with that thought, I just would want to move on to what is Grey Matter Academics, and what do we do, and where we are. So Grey Matter Academics is actually based out of India, and which is on the extreme south, in a place called Chennai. I'm sure most of you would be familiar with Chennai, and Chennai as a place is grown and evolved from its heritage cultural side of it, and moved into a place where we can have good infrastructure facilities for any sort of a business hub as well. And this beach that I had positioned here is because Chennai has always been known for its second largest beaches in the Asian side as well. So that is the place that we are located, and what we are. And I just thought, instead of me saying it, I could just show it over a clipping, which will be better.
Grey Matter Academics was started in 2011 by about 4 chartered accountants who had the intention to provide a realistic coaching for students who are interested in pursuing a career in chartered accountancy. We ensure that they are not only guided, they are counseled, they are coached, they are prepared, all sort of activities are being carried out to see to it that the student not only attends the classes, but also prepares for the exam properly.
We offer various finance professional courses, and through various integrated programs where we have a 5-year and 3-year programs, besides offering certain optional professional examinations from various institutes such as CAA, CPA, and CISA.
It is not only about the academic accomplishment the student will have. The student will have the confidence to take up the job which they are very confident in handling. So what it makes also is they become reasonably industry ready on the employability side.
We have always stuck to a principle that the student to the tutor ratio should be in the range of 1:50.
Since GMA is highly selective with their entry of students, the batch size is also very limited, and this ensures personal care and attention provided to each student.
This is the academy where they take care of every student. There's an individual attention is paid for the student as well as for the entire curricular activity which is being done here. They're taking the responsibility of the student.
We offer them the best food possible that is made available to them, so that they are able to continue this 3-year and 5-year program uninterrupted due to any mental and physical illness.
When it comes to accommodation, the accommodations are typically 2-bedroom flat or a 3-bedroom flat. And these accommodations are very close to our academy. And these accommodations that we provide are fully furnished. We provide them cot, mattresses, refrigerators, micro oven, and also fully automated washing machines. Other support needs like doctor assistance or airport pickup and drop for the students when they're coming here for the first time are also provided here from us.
Grey Matter Academics provides a safe environment or a platform for every student to test and try themselves with all their professional learning that they have at this moment. And they are out from a cocoon before they are entering into the real world.
at GMA, where every student matters, every moment counts.
Okay, thank you for patiently watching, and I just would want to continue from there and highlight some of the important aspects of gray matter. So, who are the ones that should be looking at gray matters? Or the students after 12th grade who wanted to pursue Indian CA or ACCA along with their graduation? Somebody who can kind of look at, and probably parents who wants their kids to study in India, but they cannot relocate themselves because gray matter offers these training as well as the residential programs, and of course we have highlighted that we provide a very personalized and parental attention because of the 1:50 student ratio and tutor ratio. um, and the programs that we have are called as integrated, which is a 5-year program which comprises of chartered accountancy along with BCom, Bachelor of Commerce from Madras University. And also on the 5th year, there is an option available for the students to take up either ECCA or CAA or CISA. So CIA is again and a certified internal auditor course, and CISA is actually certification from the information security audit. And these two courses are primarily from the US institute as well. So the student gets an option, to choose their stream, in the 5th year. That is the 5-year program. And there is a 3-year program, where a student will completely focus on ACCA to appear for all the 13 papers, and also BCom along with it, as a graduation. So that is a 3-year program that we have designed for. Besides that, there are plenty of webinars and leaders from the industry who would be called upon to share their experience, and you may have an opportunity to interact, with all of those leaders who have established for themselves. And we also kind of keen to focus on building up certain skill sets where the students become more employable soon after their certifications, soon after they become professionals. And see, these are the two broad integrated programs that Grey Matter offers at this point of time. And where do we think that we stand out compared to many other academies is we have completely in classroom sessions, and we are focusing more on not only just mere teaching the concepts, but we also ensures that with the follow-up sessions on understanding how well the concepts have been understood through various study sessions and programs, and there is a close monitoring of students that happens through various consistent and regular practice exercises and self-assessment tests that are being conducted, and all these being valued and reviewed, and the feedbacks have been given to the students for them to improve on the days to come. And there is a close mentoring that is being offered by the tutors and also the student counselors on a regular basis, so that the student is given a very, very personalized and custom attention, so that the student is able to prepare themselves well before the examinations as well. As you have heard and seen that our key strengths are all the student tutor ratio, which is 1:50, and one of the responsibility that we always undertake is actually ensuring the students not only mere attending classes or preparing themselves for the examinations. We ensure that every student completes their certification. So till such time, we take the ownership and making sure all the supports are being given to the students until they finish and complete their certifications. So that is something we do, and these are some of the eligibility that people can look at it right after 12th grade, that we would want to kind of consider. And see, the hostel arrangements is something that you would have probably seen it in the video. I'm just moving on. And these are some of the companies where the students from Grey Matter Academy, soon after the qualifications, have gained and secured their employment and building up their career. As you can see, most of these logos are all very popular, globally. As you can see, all the big four audit firms and also the big banks and big multinational brands across the industries. This is the kind of futures that someone can look at it 4-year, 5-year down the line from here, if you pick up the right course for yourself and the right institute for your coaching and training. And this is some of the clippings that I just would want to share. a few months back when we launched, the current batch that is kind of going through. These are some of the recognitions that we do provide year on year, for the meritorious students, and we offer certain scholarships. And of course, there are more fun activities that happens, as part of the program as well. And if anyone is interested, wanting to know more, obviously you could contact, us through any of this information, or you could direct your inquiries to the school, who can help us in forwarding, those requests to us as well. So with this, I would want to kind of stop here and open it up for any question and answers, if there are any. Otherwise, I'm just passing it over to the moderators. And thank you for patiently listening and giving us this opportunity once again, to the Indian School Bowser and all the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the informative session. We are sure that the process of exploring and inquiring has begun in the minds of students and parents. Over to the moderator.
Thank you very much, sir, for your informative session. There are a few questions raised by our students, which I would like to put forward. The first question: do we need to clear any entrance exam to pursue CMA in USA?
There are no entrance exam. You could kind of, register yourself for getting into the CMA. There are no, entrance exams for that.
Next question, sir. What are the careers that actuarial science offers?
Yeah, so, actually, this is like any other professional course that people can look at, either taking up employment as a route where you could join in any of the company. Particularly, they would have more opportunities around the insurance and also the financial services market, wherever, the risk is being evaluated. That's a space where these people can offer their services through the employment route, or they can establish a practice for themselves, like any other professional course, like a chartered accountant or an ACCA. You can build up your own practice, where you can actually become a certified valuer yourself, and you can become a consultant, and being an independent person to provide your opinion. So you can kind of take up that kind of an opportunity as well. It's very similar to build your career like any other professional courses, like a CA or a CMA or a ACS, or those kind of stuff. Only thing is, the primary focus and specialization is different. Otherwise, the opportunity for building up your career is very similar to any other professional courses.
Is it possible to do commerce and business management as dual degrees?
Yeah, I mean, you can do, but most of the professional institutes, would prevent taking up a full-time education elsewhere. Like, for example, if I take an example of chartered accountancy, where there is an integrated internship which is built within the curriculum. So during that time, you will be engaged with the practicing professional full-time. So you may not be having time for you to pursue a full-time business management courses, but the best way I would recommend is, if you're taking up a professional course, please focus on pursuing that course and completing it on time, rather than doing it anything simultaneously, which is the intent of most of the institute, to prevent any of the student to take up any similar courses. But there are very, very high success rates that I have seen. Is most of the people who take up these kind of professional courses, they complete their professional courses and work, or probably practice for about a couple of years, and then they take up the business administration courses, which makes more sense, because for them to even appreciate what is a business management course is all about, is to have some kind of a work experience within themselves, even to understand the courses at later point of time, so they can plan their academic career in such a way that where it is blended with both theoretical and practical training together before even they take up a business administration course.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable answers. Over to the comparers.
Thank you.
As we draw the end of this enriching session, I deem it my great privilege to propose a vote of thanks. We extend our heartfelt thanks to our eminent speaker, Dr. Kaunain Shahidi, for all his words of motivation. Thank you, sir. We express our gratitude for the spokesperson, Mr. Ashok Rajaram, for sharing his details and giving us an overview of the career guidance. Thank you. Our deepest sense of appreciation and gratitude to Chairman Dr. Shivakumar Manikyam and the members on the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. A heartfelt thanks to President Mr. Ajayan Poyara and members of the Indian School Bowshers School Management Committee and the principal of the school, Dr. Bhavesh Bhalerao. We request the participants to kindly fill in the feedback form posted on the chat window. Heartfelt thanks to our platinum sponsor, Jane, Deemed to be University, gold sponsors, De Montfort University, silver sponsors, Dallas Baptist University, USA, Grey Matters, SP Jain School of Global Management, Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, and bronze sponsors, Middle East College and SP Jain School of Global Management. Digital marketing partner, Spectrum and Trifoil. Media partner, The Arabian Stories, and valued donor. Powered by our support sponsors. Over to the video.
An event of this kind requires the coordination of a committed team. Thank you to the ISP team for making Avenir 2022 possible. Thank you to each of the teachers, students, and parents for being a part of the session.
Today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. With these uplifting words, I, Meenakshi,
and I, Shreya,
wish you all a glorious day ahead. Gentle reminder to fill in the feedback form. Every attendee who submits a feedback form will receive a digital certificate. See you in the next session. Stay tuned and stay safe.
Thank you.